Welcome, everybody, to another edition of the Intention Setting Workshop for 2025. And I've done this many times. My name is Neni Carolina Chacin, and I'm here to help you set the intentions for next year. Are you ready to set the intentions for next year and set a vision and a strategic plan to help you achieve your goals in your personal, business, and relationship? I'm going to start directly into the questions. And here's the first one. Describe the last 12 months. It's important to describe and reflect on the past so that you can have a clear idea of what are you thinking right now, what is your status of your mind so that you can have great goals for next year. The second one is what are the top 3 things you discovered about yourself in the last 12 months? In my life, I've discovered many things. Of course, we all discover many things in our lives. But it's important to reflect on the top 3 things, the most important things that you want to see in your life. The next question is, what are the single accomplishments that from the last 12 months that you are most proud of? What are the single accomplishments that you're most proud of in the last 12 months? The next question would be, which of your personality traits and qualities are the most valuable things in the last 12 months? So, for example, you can say tenacity, perseverance, or maybe generosity. Any of these things will be very good to put in here. The number 5 will be, what are the new skills that you did learn in the last year or the last 12 months? Number 6 is, who or what are you most grateful for right now? These reflections are so important because it really analyzes the status of your mind in the present so that you can see what is your clear state of mind so that you can set the change for the next 12 months. Number 7 is, what is the number 1 lesson you learned in the last 12 months? What is the number 1 lesson that you learned? Sometimes we have a lesson that lingered throughout the year, throughout the last 12 months. And that lesson could be, for example, I will listen more when people talk to me before I can speak up. I will not judge or I will not create assumptions before I can speak up or defend myself. Number 8 is, what mental blocks did you overcome in the last 12 months? What mental blocks did you overcome? Sometimes our mindset becomes a problem for setting new goals. So it's important to identify these things so that we could work on them. Number 9, which 5 people did you enjoy spending time with in the last 12 months? So this is key because these people are going to be a catapult for next 12 months achievements. Number 10 is, what was your favorite compliment from the last 12 months? Sometimes those favorite compliments tell you the things that you actually value the most. Maybe somebody told you that you actually helped them, like, you are amazing and you helped me gain more confidence. Or, for example, you actually listened to me and I needed that. And maybe that's a better compliment that resonated more with you instead of something like, oh, you are wearing a beautiful dress or you're wearing an incredible suit. Number 11, what worry turned out to be completely unnecessary? What worry turned out to be completely unnecessary? Number 12 is, what were your dominating thoughts in the last 12 months? Good or bad? Just observe. Just have a clear view of what is your state of mind right now. Number 13, what advice would you give yourself early in the last 12 months in the year if you could? So if you could go back, what would you tell yourself at the beginning of the last 12 months? Maybe you say, oh, just be patient or be calm, don't stress too much, or don't eat late at night because that's going to give you some stomachache. Number 14, who had the biggest positive impact in your life in the last 12 months and why? So, who and what, because sometimes there's not just a person, it can be a thing. For example, a change in your living condition. Maybe you added a space in your living space, in your personal space, that created good conditions for creating a live stream. Number 15. What are the 3 biggest lessons from the last 12 months? So that's not the same as the ones before that we talked about. Not the same as what were the top 3 things that you discover about yourself, right? It's about the biggest lessons. So these are the biggest lessons from the last 12 months, number 15, right? So the biggest lessons would be the top most important things that you learned. For example, in the last year, when I did this in December last year, 2024, I was saying that I needed to activate all my skills and talents, because I was focusing on just one of my talents and develop businesses in just one of my talents. And that focus actually backfired. And I realized after reflecting on these intentions that I had to activate all my talents and skills and put businesses in place again, because I had shut them off, to all of them to make them monetize, because otherwise the abundance doesn't come in my life unless I have activated all the areas of my life. That's an example. Now, after we've done this reflection on the past time, now we go into the next year. And this is going to be the most important questions for the next year. It's time to focus on what's next year and what are you going to manifest? What are you planning to manifest? Of course, remember, manifestation is only good when you have actions applied with it. So number 1 is describe your ideal next year. So just in 3 words, what are the 3 words that represent your year? In 3 words will be, for example, abundance, resources, travel, music. That was my last year. So what is it going to be for next year? Number 2, what are your top 3 goals or intentions, personal and professional, for next year and why? So the top 3 goals, just make sure that you do it. Right now, I'm using a special journal that I can't wait to share with you, because I'm actually working with a designer to finish it up for you this Christmas. And this particular planner I've been using over and over again for 6 times over. And I've changed it and modified it to make it work for me. And I've advanced a lot in my projects. And this is very, very important, because when you set up your intentions and your goals exactly for next year, then you have a clear idea of where you're going to go. So in this particular planner that I use every 90 days, actually I do personal, business, and also relationships. So there's 3 areas that I focus on. Now, the number 3 is, what traits and skills do you need to manifest to create these intentions, to manifest the intentions of these 3 goals for next year. So these 3 things, these 3 words that are most important. So what do you think are the skills that you need to do? For example, maybe you need to read more about languages because you want to learn a new language, or maybe you need more about real estate because you want to invest in property. Or maybe you need to read about what does it take to get a coach, and you can find out about that, and then you need to have a coach, or maybe have a skill to understand how to communicate with a coach. Number 4, what do you need to let go of to achieve these goals, to manifest these goals? What do you need to do more of, or do you do less of? More, or what do you need to move away from people or from things? Do you need to move away from people that direct you to bad habits, or do you need to move away from people that direct you to negative feelings, or move towards people that give you positive feelings and make you feel good and actually catapult you to a better life? Number 5, what needs to be in your daily routine to manifest this? So the daily routines are very important, morning and night. When you have a habit and you create these routines, even though you can change them a little bit every day, having a morning routine or something that you do, routine, it just means something you repeat, and doesn't have to be in the same time, but it's something that you repeat daily daily routine. That's why it is. And you can have a morning and a night routine. In my planner, I actually specify that very, very good. Number 6, how would you feel when these intentions and goals are manifested? So it's very important to apply feeling to it. I remember when I had a pressure to buy a property with an investment that I had just gotten from the sale of another property. And I said to myself, in these 2 weeks, in this particular time, I'm going to find a property a property investment that I will do right away that meets this condition, this price, and these conditions. And I said, if I don't find it, I will break up with my boyfriend at the time. And that intention, just I harnessed this, I honed into this feeling of the loss, like, oh my God, this is going to be the worst of all. So I harnessed into this feeling, and with all my might, I found it like right away. Within 24 hours of applying that feeling of like, I'm going to lose this thing, I cannot do this, I applied this feeling, I had more impetus to find out the exact investment and did all it took to do it. So applying emotions actually affects how you achieve your goals and how you pursue it. Number 7, how will you know you're on the right path? So write down little things like, for example, oh, somebody's going to give me a check. I'm going to see this number in my bank, or maybe I'll see this thing along my path. It's just how do you know that you're going to be in the right path? Maybe I have already signed up a paper, or I've done these contracts when I see my computer is full because I have so much work. Number 8, what are you most excited about next 12 months? Which people do you want the deeper relationships? What are you most excited? What are you looking forward to? Maybe travel, maybe contracts, maybe new products that you're releasing, maybe new people that you're going to be meeting, maybe some celebrities that you're going to be meeting. I'm excited about next year's mega success in November, because I'm going to meet even more celebrities that I've met already and I've learned from. And you're going to see some of the pictures of the celebrities I just met, Kevin Costner and Mario Lopez, in last November, thanks to my coach JT, puts up the best events in the world. Number 9, what are you most scared about? And what can you do to overcome those challenges in advance? So things that make you have fear, like what are you scared about? You're scared you're losing something, you're scared of gaining something, are you scared of changing? Are you scared of risk? So write down these things and why. Number 10, what is your motto or mantra? Sometimes having a thing that you repeat to yourself whenever you feel down and when you have a challenge. And these mantras can be for the bad times and for the good times, or for the challenging times, or for the sad times, or health times. So make sure you have the right mantra for you for the next 12 months. And this mantra can be, for example, the best is yet to come. I don't give up if whoever says that's opposing it. So, for example, that was my mantra for last year, but I have a new one for this year. Number 11, how will you celebrate manifesting these intentions? So how do you celebrate when you have all these things to accomplish and when these intentions are done? You have to do something for yourself, because even just one day, maybe just 2 hours, maybe just one thing that you're going to do for yourself. I'm going to go to spa, or I'm going to sleep for 8 hours, or I'm going to do something in the movie theater. I love movies, so I usually, for when I want to relax, I want to reward myself from something, a day very productive, I just go to the movies or watch a movie or do something fun with the film industry. Number 12, what's even better than all of this? This is a tricky question, because after you've analyzed everything that's happened the last 12 months, everything that's you want for the next 12 months, then we've written all these things, but then this question is kind of like, oh my God, even better than this? Well, I just would like this. And that kind of reveals what your real desire is, what your real intention is. So pay attention to where your mind goes when you answer this question. What is even better than all of this? Then once you gather all these things, you're going to write your key intentions down. You're going to say, I am so happy and grateful that in the next year is all question number 1 from the second section. So it's all about those 3 words that you said, the 3 most important words of the intention. And then they say, I will feel And then you're going to write down what you answered in the feeling. What are the feelings that you're going to feel? What are the results? You're going to feel fulfilled. You're going to feel proud. You're going to feel joyful. And then you're going to write when I do. So you're going to write down everything that you're going to do, the strategies and the planning that you wrote in the question above, and the daily routines also. And then you're going to say having the mantra, and then you write down the mantra. And I will celebrate by, and then you write down what you're going to celebrate from the question that you answered. And you're going to say, I will achieve this by cultivating these traits. So the traits that you, and the skills that you wrote in the prior questions, and having these daily routines, X, Y, and Z, everything that you wrote before. And all this, or something better, is now manifesting in an easy and relaxed manner, in a healthy and positive way, for the highest good of all. Make it so. So that is the intention. So you have 12 questions for the future, and then you have 15 questions from reflections from the past. I'm going to gather this, and I'm going to share the PDF at the end of this to everybody that sends me a message, DM planner, and then I'll send you the PDF for this intention, empty, so that you can fill it out, and also a link to get the planner. Now, the next portion of this is actually the prep and plan. The prep and plan is a little bit after we've done this. Now we have the intentions, you know exactly how you want to feel, what are the things that you need to do. Now let's think about the planning and the preparation for this. Of course, you can use a planner to organize, a journal and a planner to organize everything every 90 days, every month, every week, every day. But here's the preparation I'm going to help you with. So the first question is, what worked in the last 12 months? So you got to, thinking about the intentions you just said, then what worked in the last 12 months that can be helpful for the new intentions. Number 2, what didn't work in the last 12 months? So what worked and what didn't work? Number 3, what are all the small and big accomplishments with numbers? So what are this in the last 12 months? So put down all the different accomplishments that you have. I launched 3 products. I sold 4 people. I've sold 100 people. I grew my profit in this amount. I moved to a new place. I launched 3 businesses. I gained a new health goal. Everything with specific numbers of what did you do. What is more? So what are the small? And you can do it also per month, like for December, for every single month that you last 12 months. For every month, what did you achieve? Now, number 4, what things need to happen to manifest the goals I want? So what things need to happen? So even more reflection on what things need to happen to make these intentions. Number 5, which personal and business or life strategy you can use to reach your goal. So which strategy you're going to use? Are you going to do maybe you're going to wake up early every morning and you're going to have a set time to go to bed? Sleep is very important. Sleep is the number 1 thing you need to take care of, so that if you have a good sleep, you got a great and productive day. Don't scandinate on the sleep. Don't underestimate your sleep, okay? Number 6, which creative products and media products can produce I can produce to reach your goals. So which creative products or media products you can produce to reach your goals. So what are the digital assets you can create? Some assets you can make, some books, maybe some courses, maybe some webinars or some Zoom calls or some meetups. What are the things that you creative products or media products that you can create to reach your goals? Number 7, what will be the morning, mid-afternoon, and night routine? So remember, we defined them, the night routines, the daily routines above, but why don't you specify specifically what are all the different details of your daily routine? Of course, you can change it. Of course, this can be flexible. Of course, you travel, you can stay. Maybe I travel a lot. I travel a lot less now, but I was traveling a lot from Boston, Paris, everywhere. I know the events, and I still have that. I still am planning to do a lot more events next year. So I have to figure out what is my daily routine when I'm traveling, when I'm staying in one place, when I'm doing an event, when I'm working with people. So it's important to have a detailed event so that you're prepared, so that you can continue the progress forward. Number 8, what is your month-to-month major event or schedule for the next 12 months. So this is important because maybe you're going to have a projection of, I know that November is mega success. I know that June is Boston Pop's Gospel Choir Extravaganza. The Gospel Night in June is my major annual event. I always go, I don't fail to go. And I'm always in Boston in June, that first week of June. The other event is November. I know that November I will be going to Mega Success and also Top One coaching with my coach, JT Fox. So if you want to go to these events, go to Boston Pops with the Boston Pops Orchestra. You go see me there sing and go see me, or come to Mega Success in November. So what other events do you have? Maybe I have to launch an event with with other collaborators where we have different products. So make sure that you have planned this month by month. And that is it for all the prep and planning for the intention setting and the workshop and the questions. Now, if you want to be coached by me, and if you want to have a person that takes you by the hand and walks you through your step-by-step these goals, of course, I have a special offer for you. And if you go to chasing.com offers, I'm doing something special for the next year, launch and grow your business. And also there are other products that I'm launching again with other collaborators, but that's the secret. I'll tell you later. But yes, if you want to coach, you want to work with me and my coaches, you will be going to chasing.com/offers to see the different things and schedule an appointment with me so that we can talk about how I can help you reach these goals and reach your business, professional, and relationship goals for the next 12 months. But this is great. I thank you so much for listening. I hope that you have an incredible next 12 months and that you have all the tools and all the things that you need around you to manifest and take action on the next projects and the next life changes that you are going to experience in the next year, 2025.